so that the fog wouldn't kill us.
Oh, that's okay. So yeah, that's
Yes.
part of what I missed on the last half because I had to
Yeah. So,
my fucking
welcome
phone went
everyone.
crazy.
Now I'm muted. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a recap since it's been a little bit. So, last time you guys were going you got a boat. Dante got a boat from his father. Ended up being like a normal ass ship. He was expecting like a dinghy and I wasn't going to punish him that much. He got a normal ass boat. He has a crew. You all dismounted.
I
I should
appreciate it.
move us, your guys's. You guys are right outside of the fog at this very moment. You guys had been traveling for a couple of days from where you parked the boat. Now, we are back. So, we do not have two people with us. We do not have Keck, and we do not have Saren today. Um,
Oh no, Buff Bird and Ninja Turtle.
yeah.
Our
One of those
future circus pets.
characters I really was hoping would be here today because character development. Anyways,
No.
You know what you should have done with his boat? Given him like one of the items that has stages of awakenings. So
I
you
mean,
give him the
you
dinghy,
can.
and then once he gets enough experience into it, then it turns into a full like
It
a
it
higher level ship.
changes.
like a
It
living ass
changes boat.
boat.
Yeah.
Dude, that is a little overpowered as a
That
dog.
is
You
a
just
little
feed it.
too much.
You don't have to make it
It,
crazy. I mean,
dude, you just feed it trees.
just make it as intelligent as Dante.
Yeah, but he can do that whilst I'm not giving him a living ass boat. Anyways, you guys are now
I've seen what
outside
happens with living boats.
of the fog. When you reach the outside of the fog, oh, someone's gonna need to make. Oh, shoot. Who was it? Wait one second. I just need to check. I remember whose character is the one that likes to fix things.
Sure. So he's the
Dorsal.
artificer.
Yes, yes. That's who I need to check on. Dorsal,
Dorsal the
dorsal,
elf
dorsal,
boy.
dorsal. Would you please make me a history check really quickly?
I surely will.
This fog is very, very familiar. It is a lot more dense than you remember,
Oh, interesting.
but it is very familiar to you from a time in your past when you are living at home with your parents.
Oh,
He has parents?
He.
apparently I do,
I,
or did,
I
or
don't.
something.
I don't. Roll to cry.
Wait, am I thinking of the wrong character right
You're
now?
100% that.
I'm probably thinking of the wrong character. Sorry,
I
I
think you're
might
thinking about
have.
Saren.
Nope, not Saren because Saren had a different. He had a different thing. Give me one second. I might have just totally screwed that up.
Yeah, I
My
don't have parents.
my backstory is the one that I evolved it during the campaign.
You were in the mountains, weren't you?
Yeah.
Something, yeah, like that. Mountain boy.
Yeah.
Whose backstory was that? Am I just imagining something? I think I'm just imagining
It,
something.
it could be dorsal.
I can
No,
tell
I
you for sure ain't
swear.
Nox.
Wait a minute, Dorsal. Let me look at your backstory really quickly.
It
I
might be
swore it
dorsal.
was you. I
It
swore
could
it was
be.
you. Wait one second. Let me look at your backstory.
Maybe I'm just.
Yeah, I think you're remembering this wrong.
That's very possible.
Because yes, this is the correct character. I'm remembering the correct character here. I don't know what you're thinking of, but I thought of the
Solid
right
question.
character. Yes, maybe you should reread your backstory really quickly.
Apparently, did I send it to you?
It's on your character sheet.
Holy shit!
I read it straight off your character sheet. I don't know what you're remembering, but apparently it's the wrong thing.
Apparently so.
Alrighty, well, we're just gonna go on from that.
All right, I'm gonna read this real quick. Just continue.
So Yen Sidric turns to you all with his back against the fog, and he says, "Take this, each of you." He hands you each a scroll, and when everyone has a scroll in his hands, he does somewhat of a little chant, snaps his fingers, and the scrolls in your hand envelop into sort of like a shield around your entire bodies and around all of your stuff that you're carrying. If you have like backpacks or like swords or axes or things that like hang off of you, it's sort of like an enveloping like membrane. And he goes, "All right,
Oh, I see what you did. That's
this will
crafty.
last 48 hours. It is a very, very powerful spell. We need to make sure to be in and be out as quickly as possible. Alrighty?
All right.
Anyone who
I
has
see.
dancing lights or any sort of small light cantrip, make sure to cast it in the fog. It will be very dense and it will be very hard to see. And as he does that, he takes you all into the village. This village is small. Very, very small.
Can I use the produce flame as a torch essentially?
Yes.
Because I can just hold it. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot. So one of my abilities, I forgot to click use it last session, but yeah. See, I'll just wait because I can imbue a small item with like a 5-foot radius light. I
Okay.
make use of that. Sweet. Doing it.
Mine's 10
All
foot
this
radius,
light,
right?
like even if it says like, oh, it'll produce so much light, in this fog, it produces almost like no light. It produces enough light so that you're basically able to see what's in front of you.
Which is still better than nothing.
Yes. Once you get to the village, however, the fog is sort of less so. It's not as dense, and you can kind of see further out in front of you with these light cantrips. As you come out of the fog, there is a main road in front of you. All of these buildings beside you and everything look completely run down. You can see the ocean behind some of the buildings to your left have sort of overgrown, and there are even like a building or a small outhouse or two that are now in the ocean. As Gensidric takes you through this town, you can see skeletons decorating the floors, scattered bones throughout the dust, and curiously, you can see some draped over windowsills. See some crawling, somewhat looking like they're crawling through doorways. As Yensidric takes you to the end of the road, you see a building with a lot more skeletons around it than any other building. This building is heavily fortified. The windows are boarded up from both sides. The doorway is heavily, heavily reinforced. And it looks like only the second floor is safe from anything else, as the buildings around this building look to have been partially demolished to a point where you couldn't be able to try to climb from one building to the next. As Yensidric knocks on the door, you can hear the echo of the knock emanate throughout the entire village. And the door opens. Standing in the doorway is a man. But more curiously, he looks unharmed. The fog is touching him in every which way, and yet he is not curling over and dying. He is wearing somewhat shaggy clothes, but clothes of a traveler. And he actually looks pretty handsome.
Can I insight him?
Go ahead.
Alright, let's see. 13.
There is nothing like weird about him other than the
Stamina.
fact that the fog is touching him and
That
he's
he's
not
somehow
dying.
alive. Hmm.
Does it appear
Uh,
that Yen Cedric already knows this person?
Yes.
Is there some kind of like, I was about to say, could I roll Arcana, but I have a -1, but, to try and figure out why he's okay in the fog?
There are several spells that can be casted, yes.
Have none of them, so, so
Does
no.
it appear that Dorsal knows?
No, Dorsal does not know this individual.
Is he just stood in front of us?
Is he my dad?
No.
Damn.
He
The daddy issues.
he is, yes, but you guys kind of did
gonna be
this.
gore guy.
So this interaction is happening in the midst of Yen Sidric and this individual about to speak. Is how I'm imagining this scenario going. So from what you guys can, from what Dante you can like look from like figure to figure, yes, they do recognize each other, and it isn't like a sort of hateful grudge
Friendly.
towards it. It's more of just a oh, hello, friend kind of thing.
Spicy.
Um,
They try and,
the gentleman in the door says, "And why are you here, Yen?"
Dorsal
I-
pipes up. We came to say hi.
Amongst other things, there is a matter which we need to discuss. Oh. And how are you feeling, Yen? I have been better. You're dying
Another dragon,
like
perhaps.
the rest of them. I told you the permanent polymorph wouldn't work. Alright, let's just get inside. Yes, please come in before nightfall comes. As he says that, he looks at a sort of time scale that he has set up, and he's like, oh shit, everyone get inside now.
Sprinting inside.
Alright, everyone like rushes inside, he closes the door. You can see there's a heavy amount of locks going throughout the entirety of the door. He clicks and locks and goes through all of them, latching them all, pushing in the pushing over the thing to lock it and all this other kinds of stuff. And by the time he finishes, you can hear the screeches of the skeletons coming to life outside. And you can hear the screeches of the skeletons that were around the house begin to scrape against the boarded up windows on the door. And this is a constant thing that happens. Just imagine it's always in the background.
Gonna
Not
be very
unnerving
rough
at
to
all.
sleep.
Mhm.
Do we know how many
Anyways,
are outside? How many
A lot.
entities are outside?
Given
There's a
how many
lot.
were dead around the building, I'd say quite
So
a few.
many. So many.
there were a ton of skeletons outside.
And that's a lot when it's just
Is there
bones.
like a window on like a second floor I can just go outside and
Yes,
just peek
the
through
windows
there?
on the second
And
floor
wave.
were somewhat boarded up, but they were less so than the first floor. And
So could
as
I
you
just
go to
go
go
and peek
upstairs,
through
he
them?
goes, "Don't go upstairs. I don't want them attracted up there. I haven't had time to board it up completely."
Fair enough.
Anyways, what is this whole thing about?
I don't actually remember what we're here to do.
um,
Yeah,
No,
Jan
just
just told us to come.
Yen Sidric goes, show him what you saw on the rock.
Oh yeah, we got to show him the runes. He's the guy that knows.
Do the thing.
show him the Brune man.
Yeah, so I'm
He
gonna show him.
goes, he looks at it and he goes, interesting.
Dorsal looks up. So what is it? Is it something I can learn? I'm very curious.
And why did it absorb mass?
It's a long story, but if I'm correct, you may have unlocked one of the chains. I haven't described the room yet, and that's for good reason, so I'm going to do so right now. As you stand in this room, there is a fireplace, but it is all boarded up. However, there is a perfectly clear wall that is covered by some sort of tarp. Behind the tarp, you can see something somewhat peering out from where the tarp is pinned up. Other than that, there is broken wooden furniture around. There is a somewhat small fire going, making the room a decent amount of warmth. And he has a small table. Other than that, the room is very barren and doesn't actually contain much of anything. There is a short
What does he
there
eat?
is a small club by the door as well.
Uh, what does he eat?
You do not see
Like this?
any food.
Uh,
Are you asking him?
no. I'm just thinking. I'm trying to. Is he undead? Is there a check I can do for that? I don't really have divine sense or anything like that, but
I'll give you a hint. Someone needs to use detect magic
We haven't won us 7 times.
to uncover
The
your
last time
question.
we've been against them, we haven't won.
I suppose
don't-
I could cast detect magic. Can I do it
oh
as a
my
ritual
god,
though?
thank you.
Yes.
Nothing's happened yet that would make Nox want to cast that, so.
That's okay,
I'm just
because let's be honest, Dorsal needs no
logic.
reason to do anything. He just.
I'll just whisper to Dorsal, "Hey, can you magic detect stuff?"
Dorsal whispers back, "Why? What's going on? What do you think? I want to know. Tell me. Tell me."
I'm just trying to figure some stuff out. I want to see what's going on with everything here. So
Sure, I will.
yeah,
And Dorsal
thanks,
also
man.
whispers, "Hey, just so you know, I'll be your dad. I'm literally old enough to be your grandparent."
No, you're not my dad.
I'm
You're
90
not
years
my
old,
dad.
but I
I,
can be until you find your dad. It'll make you happy.
no, I already have a dad until I find my dad.
Well, then quit having daddy issues. Let's get this shit together.
Fine, fine. Just shut up and detect the stupid magic.
Fine. I will.
Should I roll for stealth to see how to sneak me out?
If you wanna, so if you wanna do this as a ritual, like under the table, and like try to make it like
Yeah.
stealthily, then roll stealth.
Disadvantage.
Oh, I meant, can I roll for stealth for the whispering?
Whispering's whispering. Him and
Okay.
Gensid are kind of just like talking to each other, back and forth.
I got a 12.
Okay.
'Cause I'm at disadvantage.
Like Yen Sidric like catches that you're casting magic. The gentleman like that he's talking to doesn't seem to care. Everyone else can. Anyone else who has a passive perception over 12 can definitely see you doing stuff.
I just
Yeah.
like give you a sideways glance, like, what are you up to this time?
As
Dorsal
you
just looks over at Nox
finish
and
casting
giggles to
it-
himself a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
I said Dorsal just looks over at Nox because Nox gives him the look that Dorsal's become very familiar with. The "what are you up to" look, and just giggles.
And Dorsal gives him the shenanigans.
He does, yeah. His eyes get a little shifty.
A look that Nox has got very familiar with.
As you finish casting it, you can see clearly that what is being covered is some kind of magic written on these walls. You can't tell. However, when you look at who Yen Sidric is talking to, when you use detect magic, it kind of takes over all of your sight, and you basically are able to see magic
Nice.
and points of origin. When you look at him, there is magic everywhere. Even throughout the air, there are small specks of magic everywhere throughout it, interacting with every living being who is alive or undead. As you look at him, not even the magic within the air will touch him. He is the void of all magic. There doesn't even seem to be a single source of magic within him, which would technically classify him as dead. But he's living.
Huh.
And he's not undead because he'd have a source of magic within him.
Unless the source of magic is somewhere else.
Ooh, perhaps he's a lich.
Ooh, I want to get this.
All right, so Doris is going to go ahead and prepare himself to ask a whole lot of highly inappropriate questions.
All right, go ahead.
I'm ready. I am so.
I am ready.
It's going to
to
take him a
answer.
moment to formulate them, and he's going to do it at a really inopportune time because he's formulating questions. So go ahead, proceed. I'll think of the questions.
Beautiful. I'm ready.
Anyways, I guess it could pertain to this. As he finished talking, he goes to Yen Sidric. He goes, "Well, what the hell?" And he takes off the tarp from over the runes, and you can see clearly sketched into this wall is entire paragraphs of runes just going across the entirety of the wall. Some sections are smaller, some are bigger, some are etched more into the wall, some are less, and it's just rolling text from floor to ceiling. And they are all emanating with the same magical energy that the rock was.
I don't know if anybody notices, but Dorsal is starting to get visibly not like weird, like he's just like giddy.
Given that we're in a house surrounded by undead clawing at the doors, on an island filled with fog, that is a weird kind of excited for this place.
I don't know. It's Dorsal, man. He gets excited about cool things.
I should probably introduce myself as well.
And the Dorsal pops up and he goes, "What are you? Are you a demon? Are you a dragon? What are you?"
My name is Lance Chelthor, and I have been cursed by the gods.
Ooh. What kind of curse? What'd you do? It's really kind of cool.
Shit, where's
That
Saren when you need him? Where's Saren when you need
is
him?
not for you to know.
What kind of magic is it? Dorsal gets up and walks over the wall.
I wouldn't touch the runes. From what I can gather, from what Yen Sidric has told me, that was a very less powerful marks than these are.
Do these ones also absorb magic? Like if I did the Eldritch Blast again, I don't say Eldritch Blast. If I do the Blasty thingy again, is it gonna eat it?
I would not know. I am unable to cast magic.
All right, time to test
Dorsal's
it.
gonna firebolt it.
3, 2, 1.
As you. Okay. Who else is gonna try to cast a spell at it? Alright, so as you
Nope.
both cast spells at it, he just holds out his hands, and the spells hit his hands and dissolve immediately.
Ooh.
What'd you do that for?
I wouldn't break the wall, or a mountain of undead are going to crawl through this wall and murder us all.
We'll wait until daytime.
At this point, Nox's look towards the others has turned into a disapproving glare.
Dorsal seems unfazed by the disapproving glance.
As for your
daddy
question
issues are getting worse.
earlier as to what language this is the language of the demon prince who once ruled over this world.
Can I read any of that?
No. Actually, that's a fair question. Can you read it, some of it? You can get some words pop out to you. It's very jumbled, though, and you can't make any sort of sense of it, but you don't get a headache like you did before.
With the rune on the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it's just a lot of it seems to just be like most of what you're like auto translating in your head seems to be like the word the or like a or like just like random like letters that you're able to just like pop out. It's not like
nothing
words,
intelligible.
Nothing intelligible. Anyways,
I suppose he would just be sort of like looking at it and sort of squinting slightly and sort of turning his head side to side. Like you can tell he's trying to figure something out, like he recognizes it a little.
yes. This wall. Should I translate it for you all?
Dorsal says yes, please.
Yeah, because Nox might take this opportunity to try and actually figure out more of the language and remember it.
This wall is a warning from the demon prince himself. This village was the village in which he was caught for capture after he had lost everything by the revolution who waged war against him. It was a warning that those beings who sealed him under this earth that their descendants would soon meet an untimely end by his own hands. Not thinking of the implications long ago, many people disregarded the wall. However, years back, the fog began, and it started to kill in ways that
But Dorsal still has his detect magic going, right? How does the wall look like to him?
I already
yeah.
described it before. It's the same as the
Oh.
rock, except it's more powerful.
Ah, okay. I think I missed that.
No, it's no problem.
My bad.
It was what they didn't know at the time was that this wall was, whilst the warning was written in a language they could understand, what he did not tell them whilst gracefully, as a demon is, he wrote a spell underneath all of the wordings of the warning. A spell that caused a fog that would kill them all. All of the descendants. And because the fog is still here, it means there are still descendants alive which have not been killed by the fog.
So
However,
all those dead outside are the residents.
some were the descendants of those who sealed him away. Others were not. For some reason, though, the fog cannot spread. I do not know why. Maybe it is because that is only the magic that is allowed to escape from his prison he is using for his twisted revenge. And it is only able to do this one small bit of this peninsula. But
Probably
I
bound to the invocation.
do not know. What I do know is that you possibly relieved him of one of the 5 chains. That rock in which you guys gracefully hit with magic was most likely a grounding rod, let's call it, for the chains that bind him beneath the earth in his prison that he has remained for, I believe it would be 100 and, well, no, more than that. It'd be about 4,000 years. Be
That's what a
warned,
portal
though,
says.
that there is a prophecy. His prophecy. His prophecy states that a league of adventurers in the future would destroy his chains and free him. And that those 6 adventurers would become his new commanders to rule this world through another age of chaos.
Nox
find
definitely
it all
glares at them now.
Poppycock. I find it all poppycock.
Well, the fog is real enough.
The fog is real enough. However, I find this, and he does like air quotes, prophecy to be all ridiculous in him just saying, oh, there will be 6 people who will destroy my chains and will free me. It will happen eventually.
True, it only took 2 of them. And he looks across at them again.
Yes. Well, I can say, however, that that was not the actual lock.
Dorso looks over
It
at Nox
wouldn't
and
have
sticks his tongue
taken
out.
one hit for the chain to have been broken. The seals were created by the gods themselves to ward away evil and to seal it away. It couldn't be broken by a mundane. I don't even know what spells you even threw at me that I dispelled.
Well, it did create a rift in the sky.
Yes, that has been happening lately. Very disconcerting. But apparently it's under control, and he looks over to Yensidrick, who just has a thumbs up that he slowly puts up, and then he puts down. It's like, yep, all under control. Yep. Anyways, don't fear though. I know for a fact that several of the chains are linked to other planes of existences, so you'd have to travel there to break them in the first place. There is maybe two on this world.
You know what that means, right, Nox?
Nox just closes his eyes and waits for it.
We can touch all the magical stones we want.
Little rock.
Oh, with any luck, you'll only ever find one more.
I'm gonna take them all home.
Yep.
I'm gonna pet them. I'm gonna name them.
I'm gonna put one in my walkway when I get house.
I'm gonna put one on my boat. What you can do about it, Nox?
Yeah,
What
Nox.
you gonna do? Yeah, Nox. What's up, Nox?
Nox gives Yensidrick an imploring look. Like, save me. You sent me on this.
As you look and as Yensidrick's about to do something, you hear a crack and you see a skeleton hand go through one of the windows. And he goes,
Oh, bless it.
great, gotta fix that again. And he grabs the club and just bangs the hand over and over again until it falls down lifeless on the floor. Well, how much longer do you have on your spell? Oh, a day and a half. Oh, good. Well,
Took half a day to get here?
yes.
Jesus.
Well, anyways, you all should get some rest. And if anything pops out, just hit them with the club. And he goes upstairs.
That's perfect. Anything pops out, just hit it with
Sounds like logic he knows Cat could get behind.
a.
Yes. This. I'm sure you're wondering who he is by now.
Yeah.
100 years ago, he opened a great rift into the sky and went through it. Through the history books, this has been called the Black Tower event. he dared to face the gods in mortal flesh. And he
understanding any of this so far. God damn it.
succeeded and failed.
Dante doesn't understand.
This is basic history. Dante, actually,
No, I mean I'm taking from player perspective.
player perspective, you should understand this was the ending
Yeah,
of the last campaign.
yeah, I know. This is I'm just reliving that.
Reliving your epilogue, are you?
Oh my god, die. Die.
He died in his epilogue.
I'm still
Very
I'm
story-like
still
if
salty
you
about that.
discover what happened. Actually, you guys most likely will.
Wait. No, this is I was just
This
I
is
don't
not.
remember.
Nope, this is
Yeah, I
not
know.
it.
I was just curious about the location, if I could remember if it was near here
It
or
is.
not.
It is in the country below you.
Okay, cool.
Mhm. Don't want to reveal too much.
Yeah, I just wanted to remember that.
Yep. Anyways, the Black Tower event is when a giant rift opened in the sky, and two of the adventurers went through. One came back, and so did Lance. The other, well, he looks at Saren, who fully is like, I know exactly what happened. He became a god.
Yep.
Dante, you don't know this. Player, you know
No.
this.
Player, I know this. Can I
Player.
be Saren right now? No.
The other came back as someone else and created a mercenary company. After the event was over, country is restructured. Where we are now used to not actually be owned by any singular country, because pirates would always conquer. Now the pirates have their own country.
Got a problem with pirates?
Yes. Anyhow.
Oh wow. Offense taken. Full offense taken.
Anyhow, the real issue is not with his prophecy, but with another. Years after they sealed the demon prince away, a prophecy was spoken about by an old witch. 6 adventurers, unbeknownst to them, will discover the keys to immortality and how to destroy it and bring an end to the chained life of a demon. After that event, and after her story was told, she disappeared. Kingdoms across the entire continent tried searching for her, but she was never found. Anyways, we know not whose prophecy is true, but we know one thing. The rifts are a staple sign that the Demon Prince is regaining some power. How he is doing that, we do not know. But we'll have to find it and stop it. But who knows? It could be you. It could be another pair of adventurers. Anyways, get some sleep. We have to travel back in the morning before the skeletons wake again. And then he goes upstairs. You are all left alone.
All right.
Okay, I see that we have some
First, I was gonna do his
issue
little
right
elf
now.
trance thingy.
Wait 1 second. We're having some issue right now with the Twitch. I can see that. Give me 1 second just to make sure that we're still live, because I'm getting a lot of red and yellow and not seeing a lot of not green for things are going well. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give me 1 second, because my internet is kind of crapping out on me at the moment. Oh, okay. My networking's come back. I just want to check on my live status really quickly, just to make sure.
Is your connection being overpowered by Dante's daddy issues?
I guess so.
It's
I
the
don't
anti-magic
know.
field around this dude.
Alrighty.
My daddy issues just overpower everything. So I'm
Alrighty.
surprised it didn't.
My networking is back. Sorry about that. For a point in time,
It shows up like a DDoS attack.
my network decided to take a large dip in bitrate. Back down to nothing. So I was surprised I could hear you guys still for a while. Anyways, back to the matter at hand. You guys are alone in this room. There are magical runes behind you depicting what he says to be a prophecy that he chose, as well as a threat to all of his descendants, that they will die a horrible death.
I'm going to take a nap or go to sleep in Dorsal's lap with my head on his lap while he's meditating.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Swords, touchdowns.
That's my plan. That is my expert plan.
You're like, well, now that the opportunity's been given.
Hmm. So
Mm,
who else is doing anything? Solvis, what are you doing? You've been quiet for a while.
I just wait to see where this goes. I'm just waiting, observing things.
That was an amazing thing, bro.
So, you all go to sleep. Many, you hear the skeletons all night. Going all night, just scratching
Well, so I only sleep for 4 hours, so I would also like to, at the end of my 4 hours, I do my trance for the 4 hours. I want to study the wall.
Alright. Are you gonna like write down what's on the wall?
Yes.
So, you scribe that down. Takes a little while. I would say it takes about like 2 hours. So you're like 6. Everyone's sleeping like 6 hours by the time you finish. Nox, you have a dream.
Oh
It is
boy.
the first time in a while that you've had a dream. And this isn't a particularly great dream for yourself. You have a dream that you are being suffocated by your own hand and by your own tentacles. And you feel this sinking feeling that you are slowly killing yourself. And then you awaken.
Phantom limbs, nice.
And you can see Dorsal finishing up his scribing of the wall.
Suppose if I was a bit unnerved by that, I'd keep to myself, really.
Mm-hmm.
Though I would probably ask Dorsal, what do you hope to do with those runes?
I look over at Knox. I don't know. I like to learn things. It'll come to me eventually. I'll find a use for them. Mostly, I just want to know them.
We have come across them quite a bit lately. It wouldn't be a bad thing to start recognizing them, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, maybe it'll help us out down the road. And I just like knowing shit. I like being smart. Having a massive toolkit of things that I can draw.
Now, Nox, as you try to get up, you realize Keck has slowly crept up and is now sleeping on your lap.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. I'm assuming Dorsal is just using my head as like essentially a stand for whatever notebook he's
For my
writing on.
yeah, for my paper. Yep,
Yeah.
100%.
Jeez.
But I'm an elf, so I can write so lightly you don't even notice. You're just snoozing away, buddy.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Anyways, day comes, and again Cedric comes down and he's like, alright, time to leave. and Lance comes down, sort of half dressed.
Mhm.
Okay. And he starts to unlock all of the locks and stuff to the
All
door.
72 of the locks.
All 348 of the locks.
The
Yep.
door is literally just made of locks.
Basically,
It is just
it's
entirely
It's
wood,
even in the shape of a lock.
metal, wood, and locks. Anyways,
Yes.
he opens the door, and like a couple skeletons like plump into the doorway, and he goes, "Ugh, great," and he kind of like pushes them out of the way with his club.
What? No broom?
I don't.
Out loud. Yeah.
He like gestures around and he's like, "Does it look like I have a broom?" And it's like, "Don't worry." And he slaps him on the back. "You're coming with us." And he just goes, "What?" "Yep, you're getting out of this place."
Does anybody notice Dorsal at this point in time?
I mean, passive. What are you doing?
I'm looking at the runes.
Still?
No,
I'm
no
trying
one
to
really.
decide.
No one's really like wholeheartedly paying attention. They can like see that you're looking at it, but like just looking at it.
Dorsal's gonna touch
Quick
one.
firebolt it. Damn it.
As
Quick
you
firebolt
touch it, oh, sorry. As you touch it, it links with all of you for a moment. Not Yen, Cedric, or Lance, just the six of you. All connect in one mind, and you can see the Demon Prince.
Nice.
And you can see him bound in chains. And you see that one of the locks have already been broken. And the label that the lock has is Limbo.
Ooh.
Can we see the other locks labels?
No. You all snap back to yourselves.
Do we see how many locks are there?
There were 4 locks. 1 broken lock with the word Limbo behind it.
So there's 5 locks total, but 1 lock is broken. Or is there 4 locks total?
There are 4 like complete like okay, so there are 5 locks total, 1 is broken. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's gonna be a
Shenanigans
pentacle.
complete.
Yay, shenanigans.
Maybe it's maybe.
All right. Well, that was wild.
Firebolt it, firebolt it, firebolt it, firebolt it, firebolt it.
I'm gonna stealthily firebolt it.
Yeah.
Roll stealth.
Oh shit! It's a disadvantage. It's not. Might not be stealthy.
There's nothing
Oh, it's
stealthy
fucking
about
stealthy.
a fireball.
Stealthy as fuck.
Dude.
It was a smoke bolt.
All you see is just
Yo,
fire
stealthy as
hit the wall, and
hell
and
yeah.
it just poof
Stealthy as
right as it hits it.
What happens as it hits it?
Just poof.
Spell
Like
just
a-
disappears.
Yep.
Is it like absorbed or is it like just gone?
It's just gone.
Ah.
And you
Track.
can see You see, who's you see Lance like look over and he's like, huh. So that's what happens when a spell hits it.
Couldn't
Dorso
let
looks
us
at
do
Lance and
what
he
we
goes,
do.
interesting.
My turn. I know it's not gonna do anything.
And then there's Dorso pops up real quick and he just says like matter of factly, like it's common knowledge. Oh, by the way, apparently one of the Demon King's locks has been broken. The one in Limbo?
They both
Just
look at you
FYI.
with haunted looks.
Yeah, I just thought you might want to know.
How do you know that?
Nox
I
would
remember that. I was
nod
there.
agreement as well.
I was
I
curious.
remember that. I was there.
Yeah, I was curious. So I touched that there rune, and we saw the Demon King. I saw the Demon King, and then I saw the locks, and there's 5 total
I
locks,
saw
and
the
one of
demon.
them's. Oh,
I saw it
well,
too.
We all
should
saw it.
apparently. Oh wait, multiples of us saw it. Hell yeah, group vision. Yeah, boys. Apparently we all
Ooh,
saw
yeah.
this shit.
It seems the walls between the planes are thinning. Lance
We knew
says
that already.
as he kind of just like ominously says this to all of you and goes, I wonder if the walls of the multiverse are doing the same.
Ooh, is there another wall to touch? Lead the way. I will touch all the walls.
It is not a literal wall. It is a
The
metaphorical
veil is
wall.
definitely getting thin.
Can we build a wall
Yeah. Can we build a wall
and
for the
then touch it?
multiverse? Yeah, and then touch it. That's a good deal.
Yes.
Whatever. I'm not going with you. And he continues his argument with Yen Cedric about him
Why not?
wanting to go.
Hold on. I'm gonna go over to Knox and be like, hey, do you know how to do that one sleeping spell? Just put him to sleep, and then we'll drag him to the ship. That'd be great.
What makes you think I know how to do that?
That's why I'm asking. Do
He
you?
says a little sheepishly.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't know, would you?
Dante,
I'm
make
asking
some
'cause he's
insight. Make an insight check.
Because he's
and-
only ever
Make
used
an
it on
insight.
Dante.
Dante, make an insight check, and
I just rolled
Dorso
a
would know.
physical dice.
Knox, make
I just
like
rolled a
some
physical
sort of
dice for
charisma
no
roll.
reason. I got a 9, so you just gotta beat a 9. It's not that difficult.
Knox, make some kind of charisma roll.
Well, I got
you're-
an 8 for deception.
Yeah, deception. Let's
Oh,
see.
no.
It hasn't posted here.
Oh no, I
Is it
don't have
on
it
the-
enabled. Sorry.
Enable
Because I need it
Dorso would know
disabled for
you
some
can sleep
games,
people.
enabled
Yeah,
for others.
it is on the D&D Beyond rolling though. I see it.
Yes, but people cannot see the D&D Beyond because it is on a completely different computer
I
than the
can
one
roll
that is
again if you
streaming. That is streaming the screen. So
It's just a D20 -1 and the roll 20 thingy.
does he have a -1?
Yeah, he has a.
I
He's
am
got
not
man.
charismatic because I lived in the woods.
He does not like people.
It makes sense.
Dorso would know that you can sleep people as well.
I
'Cause
wouldn't know what
My first question was, do you know how to? So
Do you know the Muffin Man?
do you know how to do that one? It's the one thing when people sleep.
Dorso looks up. There's a Muffin Man? Where's he?
I suppose Nox might walk up behind Lance, put his hand on his shoulder and say it might be best if you come with us. And yeah, he would probably try and cast it on him, but he's suspecting that magic will have no effect. So
As
he's trying to do
you-
it in a
as
subtle way.
before you even say anything, as you touch his shoulder, you feel
Oh god, nobody's tried to touch him yet.
all
Oh crap.
No.
of your magic just disappear from your body. You feel hollow.
Oh
More
no.
hollow than you could have ever felt in your entire life.
I think it'd collapse.
I'm getting
As you
fucking
collapse
PTSD
and let
flashbacks of
go,
fucking deck many things.
you can feel you can feel magic coming back and embracing you once again. But you felt more hollow in that 1 second of touching him than you have ever felt being starved in the wilderness.
I'm having flashbacks of deck of many things. Oh my god.
Yeah, you'd just have seen Nox like walk up to him, touch him on the shoulder, and just like collapse.
Yep.
No, Nox,
Nice.
you're meant to put him to sleep, not the other way.
Oh, so.
God damn. Jens Sidrick just like
Feet in
looks
a
at
row.
you and is just like, that wouldn't have any effect on him. No.
I would just like
Silence.
Are you
glare at-
okay?
Silence.
just give me a minute.
Okay. Now, you start marching, and he looks at Lance in a kind of like disconcerting look, and Lance is just like, whatever, Drachmir.
It's going one by the way.
And he was like, do not say that name again.
Don't say what, Drakmir?
Dorsal's gonna write that name down.
Of course he is.
Drakmir.
Thank you.
Drakmir.
Drachmir.
X.
Beautiful.
With a little
Don't
side note,
you
unpopular
all-
pet name.
He looks at all of you. Don't you all repeat that.
What's wrong with
Repeat
Drakmir?
what? Drakmir? I think is what I heard. I'm
Nox
not.
is way
that
too
what you mean?
distracted to even pay attention right now.
Lance kind of turns and is like, that's his old name when he was a dragon.
Oh yeah, no, I figured it's could
I
come in
will
handy at
only
some point in
call you that
time.
from now on. I will only call you that from now on, Mr. Drakmir.
And you
Dorsal
guys,
looks up at Lance and he goes, "Do you know Crimson? He's my red dragon friend. Have you met him?"
are you wait? You're asking Lance this or Jens
Yeah,
Cedric?
yeah,
he's
yeah.
Oh,
asking- he's
okay,
asking
okay.
Lance.
I thought you were asking for a moment there. My brain went. He's asking Jens Cedric if he knew the dragon who he sent you all on to go send a letter to.
No, but he did ask Jan Sidric if Crimson was okay to when he first saw him.
Lance goes, do you mean the dragon who lives in the tower across the way?
Yeah. He couldn't remember his
Yes.
name, so he told me I could give him one, and I gave him Crimson. You know, because he's red. It makes sense.
How childish of a name.
I'm red too. You didn't call me Crimson.
Oh, because you have a name. It's Dante. And I said Crimson because it's simple, and it's nice, because he's a very pretty color.
You wanna play?
Yes. Well, he is probably dead now anyways. His magic has faded from the way. And
Dante's
as
the first tears.
this is
Just tears.
Dorsal, I'm gonna need you to make me an insight check really quickly.
Yeah.
This is the first time he's
8.
It's noticeable. It's the first time he's looked at you directly. You don't get 2 and 2 together. However, you do realize that his eyes are two different colors.
Oh. I'm gonna note that down in my notebook.
Draknir, two different colored eyes.
No,
Fake
not
name,
Droxbeer.
city.
Lance.
Drakmir.
Lance has
Yeah,
two
Mir.
different
Oh,
colors.
yeah.
Oh, Lance has two different colored
He
eyes.
does.
Yes.
Yep.
He's the one speaking right now. Sorry.
Oh.
I'm not good at
Um,
voice acting. I can't differentiate voices, or they'll
Uh,
all
no,
sound
that's
Russian.
fine.
So after
Oh,
Dorsal
yes. Or from the
marks that
Midwest.
down in his notebook, he's gonna ask Lance. He's gonna go, "Why are your eyes different color?"
When I was given my punishment from the gods,
For what? Oh.
they bestowed upon me so that I can survive the ability to always see magic around me, and the ability to always see no matter what time of night it was, or how dark the
Okay.
cave was.
Wait,
However,
So
what
one
they
for day, one for
the
night.
cruelty was that only one eye can do one thing and only the other eye can do the other thing. I'm pissed off about it.
wait
So
a second.
Dorsal looks up at Lance and he goes, "So I'm curious. You're cursed. So does it consume the magic or just void it out? I would imagine it consumes it because you can't destroy it."
So where does it go?
I'm working on that. Let him answer the first question before you put out the second question. All right, son.
Right.
You're partially cutting out from me. And I know
Which
it's
one?
on
I am?
networking. Yeah. You're partially cutting out like half sentences and then you're coming back with another
All right,
sentence.
can you hear me now?
I can hear you. You're just cutting, like your mic is cutting off what you're saying.
All right. So I'll just give you one question at a time.
Okay.
So Dorsal's gonna look at Lance and he's gonna ask him. He goes, "Your curse that was given to you by the gods.
Yes.
So does that just completely dissolve the magic, or does it absorb it? Because you can't destroy
complicated.
energy." I'm happy to listen.
Well, technically I wasn't cursed by the gods. At this point in time, you all hear the wind howling, and he goes, "I best leave this story for when we're in a safer location."
Okay.
Oh, so he is coming.
Can I talk to Yentadrick real quick?
Yep.
So if this is the dude that was basically the cause of the Black Tower
Yes.
and all that, why are we taking him with us, and why are you so friendly with him?
He was sent back to repent for what he had done. He is doing so, albeit slowly. He doesn't like people much, as one of you, and he looks over to Nox, can surely relate to.
Who?
Nox just raises an eyebrow.
I'm sure you know who amongst your party.
Must be the turtle. Got it. Got it.
He's quite quiet.
Jens
Ursula pipes up.
just looks at you with disbelief that you're this stupid.
And
Dorsal pipes up and he goes, "Everybody likes me. They all talk to me."
Nox just does that thing where he just like gestures helplessly at people around him. Like, this is what I've got to work with.
I am sorry.
What's wrong, Nox? What's wrong?
I am sorry, Nox. I very am.
he just like points a finger at Yen and it's just like, you owe me for
Oh,
this.
by the way, where did Keck go?
Oh no. Oh no.
Uh,
Did we leave him behind?
I was probably too busy worrying about you guys. He was asleep last I
Oh.
saw him. He
Um,
must have moved for me to be able to get up, to be fair.
as you all exit the fog, you just see Keck picking at a flower.
Nox goes and
Nice.
retrieves
Oh, hi. Still
Beautiful.
just like picking at a flower.
Quick above the board kind of thing. So I was reading into my backstory. So how does that play? I'm not sure how I would be familiar with the fog.
So, let me just go over to your backstory before, because every other player, close your ears for a moment.
I think of a
So,
private
I mean, if
discussion
you just
tab.
want to message it to me, that's perfectly fine.
Wait, there was a specific place where it said.
I'll just deafen myself for a sec. Was it enough time during the deafen myself moment?
Like
Do I need
covering
to
your
do it
eyes and
again?
immediately uncovering them. Are you all done?
Wait, you done? Finished?
Look at
It's like
the
a kid on a long trip. Are we there yet?
Look at the last paragraph of your backstory.
Okay.
He has paragraphs?
Yes, he has
3.
paragraphs. He has 3.
I thought it was
Jesus.
short, but apparently it was really long.
Hey,
Mine is-
it's a good sized backstory.
Yeah. Mine
Anyways,
is like less than a paragraph.
the third paragraph. You can remember a fog. There was always a slight fog throughout the village during this time.
Oh.
And that's how it relates.
Okay, so is it the same? Oh shit. So
And we will
Okay,
say
okay.
nothing else.
yeah. I will speak to you about that later.
Yeah, Nox
Yeah.
has like the shortest backstory of any of my characters, so
Well, I thought 3 paragraphs was relatively short. Like, I think I
that's
made a
about
monk.
standard for one of mine, to be fair.
I made a monk, and it was like a page and a half. I thought
Technically,
that was
Nox,
kind of
your
long.
backstory is about 4 pages long.
Yeah, but I don't remember it, so it's all good.
Yeah, and I have it all written. Yep. Anyways, moving on. You guys have now exited the fog. As you all leave the fog, you can see as each person's shield is kind of just like it's sort of like torn away. And again, Cedric goes, "Well, shields lasted good enough." And he snaps his fingers, and each of the shields just goes and does like, you know that breaking animation. Whenever
Ooh,
like
yeah,
a
the
shield breaks.
glass cracking.
Yeah, that's what it like
Yeah.
sounds and what you see.
Heel break.
Nice. Noise.
He's like, "All right, everyone back to the ship. We have to go back to the university at some time before the headmaster thinks I've died this time again."
Aren't you the headmaster?
I am not.
No.
Head of
it's
magic.
I am the head of magic
Oh.
and magical developments.
Oh, I just assumed they were the same thing.
No, I chose not to be the headmaster of the school because I'm able to freely pursue my own research if I don't. I just have to manage over everyone else's research as well, which isn't that bad.
Can I call you Drac in private?
No. And
Jack
you
the
all
Destroyer.
go back to your ship.
Fine, I'll just call you Drachnia in public then. Alright, that's
Yeah,
fair.
in front of
As a couple
everybody.
of days go by,
Drac the Destroyer.
we're
just
going
Totally
to
see Yen just wiping your memory.
we're gonna go forward about. I want to say we're gonna go forward about a week,
Any boat fights, by the way?
and you all dock at the school's docks.
No boat fights.
just gonna quickly put in y'all's
Did
marker.
we ever stop to visit Crimson?
No.
I
'Cause
have
he
a question.
did.
Am I allowed to just sleep on the boat instead of going to the dorms?
No.
Damn it.
So, you all make it back to the college, and you are now sitting outside of the headmaster's office as the headmaster is yelling very loudly against Cedric for making you all basically missing for the past 3 weeks.
Nox doesn't quite understand the problem because, I mean, he's been missing for months at a time on school grounds for years. And
Nox, you
No
are the
one's ever
only
really
one
cared.
not sitting outside of this meeting.
Fair enough.
They did not grab you for this. So, Nox, whilst everyone else is kind of chained up at the moment with the headmaster, what do you want to do?
um. I suppose I'd probably again head back to the Sylvans, I suppose. Get a little bit of peace and quiet, probably for the first time in weeks.
Alright. So you take down the subway, and you go to a direct path to the nature buildings. And you reach the buildings, and you go, and you turn around and go the exact opposite direction towards the buildings into the forest.
That sounds about right.
And you go back to your little cove, and the little cove where you used to be, and you kind of just sit there for a moment.
Meditate for a while.
As you're meditating, a part of you is somewhat saddened by the fact that you're alone. You, even though you don't admit it outright, you do kind of miss having people around.
Oh, you
Yeah.
big old softy.
After a couple of weeks of being around people again, like usually it's just been a day or so here and
Yeah.
there, but like after a couple of weeks solid, yeah, it's strange going back to the quiet.
Yeah. You
Nice,
also
but strange.
feel that it would have been nicer to ease your way through going being around people instead of just a sudden
Deep end.
deep end of being with people.
It's alright, Keck was there for the ride.
Yes. Speaking about Keck, he pops out behind the rock that you're sitting on.
I would literally turn around and say to him, aren't you supposed to be getting told off?
Butterfly.
Enough said. I thought this was the way to the headmaster's office.
I thought this was the way. I don't know where I'm going. You know this.
I'll probably just laugh and just tell him to. He's probably better off here than there anyway.
So, what you doing?
Well, I was getting some peace. It's been a while since I've been in a forest that wasn't full of death and fog.
Oh, did you like being with people?
You hear some kind of like indistinct grumbling. You know, like when someone's going to admit something, but they don't really want to admit it.
Shut up. No, I didn't.
He's just like, "Oh, it's
All right.
alright."
Well, let's go to the door. And it kind of just like pushes you in the wrong direction.
Further into
I-
the forest.
And I'm just like, that's fine. Yeah, we'll go this way.
No, take me to the dorm.
All right, he would
The door.
turn him around and start heading back to the others, not quite as begrudgingly as he would let on.
We phase back, and the headmaster is looking at you all and is like, do you all know the amount of paperwork I've had to gone through for some of you? Some
you
of
write a
you
book?
still have living parents, I might have you add. Some of your parents are very, very, very sad at the moment because they think their children are dead.
I just saw mine. So.
Yours are the exception.
I don't have parents. They're dead.
I said those who were alive.
Can I have some parents?
I cannot give that to you.
All right.
Will you be my parent?
Everyone with parents, please raise your hand.
Can we adopt your parents?
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
What?
You're older than me.
Well, that's not the point. I'm still not. I'm only kind of an adult in elfish side.
You should adopt him. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Oh yeah. Will you
Yeah.
Will you be my dad, Drac?
You're not
No,
talking.
because-
You're not talking to Drac. You're talking to Buldev, the headmaster of
To
the
who?
college.
Ooh.
Yeah, the
Will
headmaster.
you? Can I adopt you as my parent? Will you be my parent?
No, you. Wait, that's not. That's backwards.
Oh, will you adopt me? Sorry, I'm not sure how this
No,
process
that's
goes.
still backwards. You managed
Oh,
to get it
Dante.
backwards twice.
Dante will explain it to you. I'm just gonna call you Dad.
He wants you to be his son.
Oh. Okay.
All of
you
you
call
just
me
go
Dad.
back to your dorms and go to class, please. I have a lot of calls to make. As he like pinches like the bridge of his nose, and he's just like, I have a lot of calls to make now because you all turned up alive.
Which is
So
good.
sad, am I right? It's terrible. You should have
Like
just
man.
died out there.
What
Would've
would
been
have
Right?
better,
been
Then your
great
paperwork would make sense.
is if you
Everyone just
filled
goes
out the
emo.
proper paperwork for your little adventure.
Oh, Yen didn't tell us about any paperwork.
I'm going to murder that man.
Cat can't
No,
write.
don't kill Drac.
This
Don't kill little
incidentally
Drac,
ratted out the headmaster. Or the master of magic. That's fantastic.
Beautiful. Majestic.
Anyways,
Shit. Shenanigans
Dorsal,
there, but
I will see you in my class tomorrow.
you got it.
Don't be late. At this point, you realize that the headmaster is actually your artificer teacher.
Nice. All right, I'll see you there, son.
Yes.
Silence.
You're gonna have a big family by the end of this.
You no longer
yeah.
can speak.
Oh, any of us or just him?
Just him.
Okay, cool.
He is no longer
Do the rest
able
of us
to
notice
speak.
this?
I mean, once you exit the room, I mean, do you?
Ursel pulls out a sheet of paper, and he scribbles something on it, and then he holds it up to the headmaster, and it says, "Have a good day, son. Love you." How's there?
No.
He snaps his fingers and it bursts into flames in your hands.
Oh, you can make fire too. Watch this.
Out of my office!
I just imagine his
Uh,
face is just a picture of rage.
He is
It is
livid
just-
at this point. He is like
he is currently more red than me.
Dorsal is absolutely confused as to what the issue is.
That's better.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
Dorsal just puts his hands out like, what? Like, what did I do?
It's fine. Let's just go. To the bar.
As you are okay, as you go down to the Magic Citadel, you meet Keck and Nox in the subway platform, getting off
Oh,
and
hey,
going
bird boy.
up to surface.
Can I speak
What's
now?
up, bird boy?
Nope.
Damn it.
Oh.
Nox notices the notable improvement.
Huh.
And
Dorsal writes out on a piece of paper. Hi, Knox.
you would
Why are
say
you writing
you had
everything?
an interesting meeting
trying
with
something
the...
new?
I write it out
Headmaster,
a piece
then.
of paper for Dante. Can't talk. Voice not working. Think it was my son's fault.
Nox,
Nox
you
now looks
see
very
him.
confused.
Yeah, I was about to say, you see this.
I think it was my son's
And
fault.
I think he's now puzzled, looking at you, wondering just how old you are.
Does he ask is the real question.
No, he generally keeps such questions to himself. But
I'm just gonna
there are concerns.
ruffle Dorsal's hair and say, "Come on, let's go to the bar."
All right, we walked.
You two too. You two too. Cake, the bird boy, tall boy, to the bar.
Keck wouldn't need to be told twice. He'd probably just grab Nox and drag him along, because Nox
Which
managed
is
to get out of the
exactly
last...
what he is doing.
Yeah, Nox managed to get out of the last bar thing, but I don't think he would this time.
You all go to the bar. As you enter, Nox, please roll me a perception check.
Oh boy. Did that work that time?
Yes. You see the same, you see a familiar face.
Sat at the table?
This time he sat at a bar.
But it's the one I saw from the other place, right?
This is the same place. There's
Huh?
There's only one bar by your dorms. And by the subway stop.
No, I haven't been to this bar. The last bar I went to was on Pirate Island.
That's who he's talking about.
Oh.
Did he see that? Is that guy?
Oh, yes,
Ooh.
same person.
that
That's
guy.
right.
I was going to say, because I never came to this bar the first time around. I went back to the woods.
I forgot about that.
When
Yeah.
they had the
Teleporting
run-in
through
with
the
the
alcohol.
Panther and the Panther Man.
Yep.
He's teleporting through the alcohol.
Alrighty, so yeah, I would... Yeah, definitely lock onto that. And probably nudge Keck and point. Though not
Keck
necessarily
goes,
expect him to
Ooh,
understand.
and starts walking towards him.
Of course he does. Nox would follow.
He goes, hello again. And he doesn't answer.
Last time
do
I
notice
tried-
that?
Did we all see this guy?
Now, yes.
Okay, cool. Can you describe
And
what
I
he
suppose
looks
you
like?
would definitely think it out of character for Nox to literally walk straight towards a stranger.
That too. Nox, do you touch him?
Given that last time I did detect magic and nothing happened, yeah, I would probably circle around behind him and poke him, I suppose.
As
Excellent.
as you touch his shoulder, You see as the world around you just stops. And he turns around. None of you see this, by the way. All you see is Knox touching his shoulder. But Knox, you see as he turns around and he goes, "How can I help you, my child?"
Who are you?
"I am everything. And nothing."
how Can I see you when others seem not to?
"I can blend. Very well, it seems. But not as well as I thought."
You should teach me that trick.
"I am sorry, but it is something that cannot be taught. It must be learned through experience, such as those who do back alley deals, in the back of a bar, in the back of a pub or an inn, or in the backs of alleys. They
You're
are
a
not
reputable
noticeable
fellow,
until
then.
people look.
Well, I can do that in the forest, just less so here.
Yes. The forest is your hunting ground, but here you have not been amongst people in a very long time, Knox.
I get the feeling that's going to be changing.
Probably.
Why are you here?
To learn.
Conveniently at the same, but yeah, let me try that one again. Then why were you there?
Curiosity. And the pirates make a mean rub.
Can't argue with that. Well, I cannot criticize a curious mind. I am similar myself, but
Uriel Nox Septus. Your memory.
his eyes would definitely go wide at hearing that.
Your memory is broken. Shattered. What is it that you are looking for? What do
Whether
you
or
want
not,
to learn?
well, that is the thing. I do not yet know if I want to know.
Knowledge can bring power, but it can also be a burden.
But I do feel
It
awfully out of
depends
place.
on which side of the coin you wish to view it. And then the room starts to begin again. And the figure is gone. To your eyes.
So,
However,
okay.
to everyone else, you can still see him sitting at the bar.
Wait, did anyone else approach him?
Just Keck, but Keck has
Keck
to...
also approached him.
Yes.
Like, is he standing next to him?
He's now more standing next to Knox.
Okay, because I was gonna say if he's standing next to him, then I could just go up, arm around him, and then look at Keck and be like, "Who's your new buddy?" Although Nox did just go up to him, which is odd.
And you'd probably
So-
notice as well that Nox poked him and then instantly looked puzzled and
It was
stepped back
so
and
it
started
was a
looking
couple
around.
seconds that went by. you held that poke for a couple of seconds to everyone else's eyes, and then you backed off.
And started glancing around the room, I would imagine, wondering where he went to his own eyes.
This is enough. This is enough. This works enough for me to go up and be like, "Hey Knox, who's your new buddy?" Arm around shoulder of. I don't remember what this dude, the description of this dude. So just this dude is what I'm gonna say.
So to my eyes, he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So my arm's around nobody to you.
Oh, did you touch him?
Oh yes, I did.
Oh, the same
Arm around
thing
the
kind of
shoulder.
happens. Time sort of stops. And he does kind of the same thing as, "Hello, Dante."
Oh, you know my name. I guess my reputation must precede me.
I know all my children.
You're my dad?
In a way.
I was just about ready to go down to the, down to, I can't remember, the name of the country, I can't remember, but
I
Dante
am
would
not
probably
your
say that.
literal father.
Oh. Well, I mean, if you know me, then you would know that you set yourself up for this confusion. That's on you. That's
I
on
said I
you.
knew all
That's
of my
not fair
children.
to me.
To your
Yes.
point of view, you are an only child.
Well, I don't know
just
if
adding
my other
confusion.
dad has other kids. So, to be fair.
Your
Anyway,
father
what's
has
up? Can I
no
get you a
other
drink?
children. I can guarantee that.
Oh. Interesting. So, what's up, Gramps? Can I get you a drink?
I am not your Gramps. As he looks at you kind of side-eyed.
That doesn't answer the question.
I know it doesn't. But life isn't fair. I made it that way, you know.
One sec. Could you just. One sec. I want to see if I can call out my genie within this stop time.
Ooh.
Can I?
So, you attempt to do so. And he looks at you and goes, "That won't work here. When time begins, your genie will be summoned. But
Oh no.
with time
Oh, no, you
paused, especially from someone like myself, it won't have an effect."
That's gonna be a problem.
Yes.
Uh, fuck. Do I
At
have
this
any
moment, does he appear to Nox? Does he appear to have his arm around no one, just the space where this guy
Yes.
was?
Yes.
Shit. I'm gonna pop into the ring. I'm just gonna pop into the ring.
As you
Say
do
bye to the
so,
dude and just pop into the ring.
Knox, you view as he just suddenly right into the ring. And the ring drops on the floor.
Remembers
jar.
how this went last time, and he has the jar prepared.
Do you put him in the
Uh,
jar?
Yep.
Alright.
No, I have a question. You said as soon as time starts again, the genie will pop out.
Yes.
Does the genie pop out inside the ring or outside the ring?
So, Knox, as
Oh my
you
God.
put him into as you put him in the ring into the jar, close the jar, a genie poofs right next to you and goes, wait, hold on a minute. Where's Dante?
Nox would look at the genie, look at the jar, look at the genie, look at the jar, and then rub the jar.
Ah. Well, I guess he's tied up right now. And snaps his fingers and poofs away.
Oh, he's got info on you.
So now Nox generally thinks that he has somehow created a genie because he put the ring in the jar and a genie appeared, and then he rubbed the jar and the genie went away.
You want to
And
test
he
your
may be
theory?
having a slight existential crisis and may save this for a rainy day.
Well, he did say, "Where is Nox?" though,
Where is Dante?
or
Yeah.
Dante. So I will point out that he was looking specifically for Dante.
Yeah, he gave away the fact that he was looking for him, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
I think he was just too blown away in the moment that there was a genie after he held a jar. And it was
Is
just
this
like,
is this big fucking fire Ifriti genie
that appeared
covered in
in the
fire
middle of a bar.
in the
yeah,
middle of a
people
bar,
are just
asked
still
about
drinking,
me, and
partying.
disappeared. Beautiful.
Yeah, Nox has questions.
I'm inside the jar you just put me, so I can't answer them.
Do you want to poke the space where he was before?
Yeah.
As you poke the space, nothing happens.
He would look at the jar again and maybe give it a rub.
Nothing happens.
He's disappointed.
And his lack of genie creating powers.
Keck is now just like looking at the jar and is like, "So what are you gonna do about it?"
I'll think about that later.
Okay. And he goes and he sits down in the space where the being was, and he is like, 2 beers. And he hands you a gauntlet of beer. Or a goblet of beer.
I was going to say gauntlet. That's pretty unique.
A gauntlet full of beer, just like what they do in Germany with the boots. Do they still do that in Germany? Anyone in Germany can confirm?
Negative.
No? Okay. Just
Do
curious.
not know. I'm not in Germany.
Nope.
Well, you guys are in... You're all pretty much in Europe, so... I mean...
I'm in the States, so...
Oh, you're in the States. You're in the States.
I'm pretty much in... My time zone's the same as Moscow.
Well, I know where you are. You're
Yes.
down there.
Yeah, I'm in the West Coast.
Jeez.
Okay.
I'm in the UK, but what Germany does is not something that I know.
Okay.
I'm in the Netherlands. I'm probably closest to Germany, but I've never really heard of that.
Alrighty, moving on. I thought I had someone from Germany in here. I don't know.
Doris
Maybe
would
I'm
like to pet
remembering
the cat.
someone that I interviewed beforehand. Anyways, then the night goes on. You all party. Dante is stuck in a jar.
Dorso wants to pet.
Get me out. You know what? At a certain point, I am forcefully removed from the ring.
So,
I can't. Yeah, I was waiting for this.
wait one second.
Yeah.
Let me just go to your character
Wait,
really
wait,
quickly.
hold on. How long are we at the bar?
I want to say for maybe a couple hours.
Is it is it 4 hours?
No, I would
I
say it's
can't
less
imagine
than
Nox
4
would
hours.
stay that long.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Why?
Because that's how long I can stay inside.
Oh, for 4 hours.
Yes.
Where is that on your character sheet?
Bottled respite. It should be. I think
Spell,
it might be
action,
bonus action. It's action.
bonus
Yeah.
action.
As actions. Action. Genius. You can magically vanish. Which means you can remain inside the
There we
vessel
go.
for up to 4 hours.
I just want to see
when
how
you
it...
exit the vessel, you appear in the unoccupied space closest to it.
I think it doesn't say anything about if that is if
Yeah,
you're in
no.
any kind of container
It
or
doesn't say
walls.
anything about a container, so...
By the
okay.
way, the inside is very comfy. Like, there's cushions, tables, very comfortable temperature. Like,
Yeah.
this is all
Anyways,
detailed in the thing.
It's not a
Nox,
boat.
as you have just the jar on, like, you just put it on, like, a shelf in your bedroom.
And watch it intently.
Yeah, you're just, like, sitting on your bed watching it intently. You see...
Knock. The
You
creeper.
see after, like, 4 hours have passed and the time elapsed, Dante just, like, poofs in front of the jar.
And Nox is just like sat there, like leant against the wall, arms folded.
I'm gonna pick up the
Playing
jar.
that.
I'm gonna pick up the jar with my ring in it. And I'm gonna throw it at Nox's head. Straight up.
Ooh. Okay. Make
Would this have the same stats as, like,
make an armed
throwing
strike.
unarmed strike? Okay, so this is a, did that go through?
Nat 1.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Nox, make a dexterity saving throw. Ooh, Nox, you just like swiftly kick it out of the way, and it shatters against the wall.
The temptation to put you to sleep again.
No, Nox. How I'm imagining this is that originally you have your leg straight, and when the jar comes, you just kick it and you just fold your leg right on top of it, right on top of the other one.
Yep. Just like really nonchalant, like, alright. Okay, and yeah, he would just say, and he would sort of gesture with his hand. Do you want to explain that? That's the second time I've seen you do that.
I'm going to attempt to, like, push him against the wall, like, grappling a bit.
He's already against the wall.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
grapple
like
him
sat.
against the wall. Like, essentially pin him to the wall.
All right, roll grapple.
Like, athletics?
Roll
I
to
think
grapple.
that's athletics. Roll to grapple.
I think it's a contested athletics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
beat a 21, bro.
Oh, I actually can't. Unless I actually get a nat 20. So let's see.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
So you
Can
are
I
now
do an
pinned against the
intimidation?
wall.
Can I do an intimidation right now?
Roll for intimidation, and then
I'm going to, while I've got him pinned, pull out a dagger, put it against his throat, holding it there.
oh hi.
Can I get advantage on intimidation?
No.
Okay. Well,
And what do
whatever.
I do to counter that? Insight.
Yeah, insight.
Yes, it is insight.
Oh fuck.
Oh shit.
He is not intimidated at all.
So Nox would just start grinning quite widely, and you would notice he's got quite pointed teeth for the first time, and of course his eyes are glowing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
And-
the closest you've been to him.
As you do that, Nox, I want you to roll intimidation with advantage at this point.
He gets intimidation with advantage. I've got him
You
pinned to a
will-
wall with a knife at his throat.
You will figure out why in a moment.
Oh God, fucking damn it.
You will find
It's
out in a
probably not going to be
moment.
very good.
It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for either of you, I want to say.
Did that actually come?
No.
Rod didn't go through.
Ah. I don't think it works with advantage. I got a 17.
Okay.
Um,
I'll roll them
did you do the
separately
shift
another
click
time.
thing?
Huh?
Okay,
No,
whatever.
I did the I
Yeah,
right
no.
clicked it
I
instead.
see it.
I-
Yeah, no, just click it twice next time.
Mhm.
All right. Dante, you see him
insight?
his sinister smile, and you see a wave of shadow go across his face. And
Wait, you don't get
as
to
you
contest
look
it?
up, oh, go ahead and
Yeah, I
contest
don't
it.
get to.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
contest it, but shit's gonna happen at you really quickly.
I have a. Let's see.
You
Fuck.
fail. Yeah.
Yes. What was it? Acrobatics to um
To-
grapple?
To get out of a grapple?
No, to
Athletics.
grapple.
To grapple is athletics.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Or
Alright.
just a straight strength, depending on.
That's a nat 1.
Ooh, yes. Fuck. So
I'm
one
grinning as
tentacle
much as
fails.
Nox is right now.
What's your AC really quickly?
Mine.
13.
13? Okay. There are several
That one
tentacles.
also fails.
There are several tentacles that I have to roll for.
How many tentacles are there?
Four so
Four.
far.
So far
So,
only.
1. So, as you see this roll of shadow come up, and as you look up from Nox's face, you see these tentacles, and they dart towards you. Each time, 3 times you miss, they miss. But that third time, it gets you right at the throat and pushes you all the way against the back of the room. Nox, you are horrified at this because you do not want this to happen. You know what this is,
Yep.
and you know that these tentacles are about to murder the shit out of Dante.
Hold up. This is an attack against me, right?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Hellish Rebuke.
Ooh.
Hellish Rebuke is, repeat it one more time.
Hellish Rebuke is a reaction. It's a dexterity saving throw. As a reaction after I've been hit by something, I can point at the creature that hit me, and they take 2d10 damage.
Who do you point at?
I'm gonna point at Nox because
There
he's
is
the source
no
of this.
effect.
Was there any other option to
There was
point
another
point at
option.
the tendril? To point at the tendril?
Yes, you can point at the tendril.
Fantastic.
Let me just get my
It has
notes
to
out
make
real
it.
quickly.
It has to beat a DC 13, which it probably can.
Yeah, I'd say it makes sense that you try and burn away the thing that's actually grappling you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you try to burn it away, and it's still there holding on.
It does take whatever, if it succeeded, half of that.
Which is?
It was a 9, so half is 4.
Okay. Got that number in my head.
Uh,
Or actually, let me write it down. There we go. Alright, it's written down. As the other 3 tentacles kind of rear, Nox, I'm gonna need you to roll me I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw. As the other 3 tentacles are about to latch onto you, they stop. And they all disappear into shadow. And you are dropped to the floor. And Nox, you are heavily drained.
Yeah, I think he would probably like half collapse against the wall and then just say to
I'm
Dante.
still very much in full attack mode.
I'll be right back, guys.
I'd sort of have a hand over
So-
half my face and be glaring at him through the fingers and just tell him to leave.
At this point, I'm pulling out my spear, pointing it at him, and saying, "Do not ever touch that ring again." Picking it up from wherever it is and leaving.
Yeah, Nox would let him go because he wants him to go.
After that exchange, Nox, you are hungry again.
Yeah, I figured. The temptation was there not to let him walk out.
Beautiful.
Nox, you know that if you had not succeeded at controlling them, you would have devoured his being.
Hmm. Yeah, that's scary shit. And then he sort of remembers why he stays away from people.
At this point in time, everyone else kind of comes back to the dorm. As they see Dante in a huff going back to his bedroom. And that is where we'll leave it. Alrighty.
Beautiful.
Growing tension between Nox and Dante.
I didn't instigate any of this.
I know.
Oh, that was entirely you taking the risk. But nah, he's very protective of that shit. He is very protective of his genie and ring.
Well, all things considered, if Nox hadn't picked that up, some pickpocket would have picked it up in the bar.
Yeah. Well, it's either that or dorsal.
Don't you mean father?
Oh my god.
Shut up. That was a very intense scene. Beautiful.
Yep, that was good.
That was
Yes.
fucking good. That was great.
And I love the fact as well that even Nox doesn't know how that's gonna go. It's like as soon as they
Yes.
were coming out, I was like, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh no.
Yes, yes.
Retreat,
You
retreat.
have no clue as to what your tentacles do. I am the one who controls
Yep.
it all.
And
Yes.
it's just a case of trying to control them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If he's gonna stay in society, he's gonna have to do a lot more practice with that.
Mm-hmm.
Which means a lot more risk.
Yes. It's a good thing I chose wisdom too to be the saving throw to control them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to
Yeah.
think it'd have to be some kind of willpower saving throw.
Yeah. That's
So-
I was flipping the coin between intelligence and wisdom the entire time.
No,
like
that
in
one's
my
that
head
one.
whilst I was deciding, and I
I
decided to
think-
go with wisdom.
Yeah, to me, wisdom is more instinct, and intelligence is more like academic.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
why-
it
Wisdom's a lot
fits.
more willpower.
Yes.
Uh,
I'm
That's
getting
what you
better
roll when
at
it's against
pointing out
computer, too,
skills that you
so.
guys need to roll for, though. Instead
Yeah.
of just being like,
Yeah.
hey, roll a charisma stat, or hey, roll a dexterity roll.
Nah, wisdom save seemed really fitting for trying to.
Well, no, I meant for like
regain
more
control.
general stuff.
Hmm.
Because I don't normally have all the skills in front of me, but I know all the base ones off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So having the skill list next to me on a different computer helped. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot to keep track of.
And then there's some new characters that were unlocked on Kanka that I unlocked for you guys.
Nice.
You guys got a new character called Lance.
New characters just dropped.
Yep. There is still a
Swag.
lot to know about him. There definitely will probably be a whole scene when Saren gets back. Because I did not want to make the decision for him.
Yeah.
Oh, did we
fair
end the
enough.
session?
Yeah.
Yes, we're talking afterwards, but yes, we're still on stream too. So, yeah,
Ah,
I like to stream
Yeah.
these past thoughts as the
I
session
think
ends.
reviewing sort of what happened as well, like probably especially in the immediate aftermath.
Mm-hmm.
that is
The
going
other
to be very
characters would probably
interesting
have
next
some
session.
input into what was going on.
Yeah.
That is
Like, I
going
know
to be
Keck.
very.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to encourage both Keck and Saren to watch this stream. They're probably gonna see me screw around for like 2 minutes whilst I was trying to get the networking up. I'm gonna try to figure out where that was so that I can timeline it correctly, because I've been trying to timeline everything, so that everything can be so that people can skip forward from the waiting room to just for the
The
stream
waiting for
starting.
that.
Oh yeah, chapter it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been trying to chapter it on YouTube, so hopefully those are working. And hopefully people are seeing that. And I'll try to chapter out where the technical difficulty was.
One funny thing I forgot to do, which is something I do with a lot of my decision things, is I'll roll for myself to see how bad I will do.
I didn't do
Especially
any
with
fake rolling today.
yes.
There was a
But
lot of exposition, and there was a lot of stuff that you guys didn't do any insight checks for. But that's fine.
I rolled after that whole situation on my wisdom thing. I would have killed him. I would have straight up tried to kill him. I hit a nat 1 on that on my wisdom check, so it's blind rage.
Yeah, don't worry. If you'd have really come at Nox, he'd have just put you to sleep.
Well, if he's in a rage,
Yeah.
you can't.
Oh no, it's not
Is it an
barbarian
actual?
rage.
It's not an actual
Oh.
rage.
It's not. It's no. I'm
Not
saying,
like an actual
blind
rage.
blind
It's
rage,
a,
as in just hey,
it's a
just
character
awesome.
direction
All out.
blind rage, not an
as
ability
in
blind
all
rage.
out trying to murder,
Yeah.
going for blood. Yeah.
Yes. In which
Yeah, I'm a
case, you
bit-
guys entering would be a much different scene.
Oh yeah. There would have been fucking everything broken, possibly one of us dead or unconscious, just asleep, depending on
Yeah.
saving throws.
Yeah, the more spells I unlock, the more I'm definitely going to try and take a load of RP spells, not just like actual combat spells.
Yes, I hope.
Mine are mostly
I hope that now
combat.
you guys see that I more heavily go for RP
Yeah,
rather than
prefer
combat.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, Dorsal's having a blast, so
That's good.
Yeah, it's been good fun.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna.
No, honestly, Even with all
next
this,
session,
it's
I'm gonna go
still.
talk to Jens Sidrick about the fog.
Oh, did you still want to talk to that in private? 'Cause I'll
Yeah,
still
yeah,
talk about
yeah.
it in
Just a
private.
little more clarity on it, because
Yeah.
I think I get the direction you're going with it,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I like that particular. Like, I like doing an evolutionary background.
Mm-hmm.
Do we gain any XP?
Ooh, that's right. Where are you guys at?
Yeah, because I don't think we
We're at
got any
level
last
2.
time.
We have 300 XP total.
Let me
Uh,
just.
so
I'm just gonna peek
Yeah,
into
we'd
Dante's character really quickly.
we'd only just hit level 2.
yeah, last time we just got level 2, so
Alright.
we're at 300
Because
total.
I didn't give you any XP last time,
No.
I'm gonna have you guys do 400
Okay.
for both this week and last week.
Okay.
I'm gonna give though
Is that, wait, 400 for each or 400 for both?
400 for each. Or no,
Okay,
both.
so-
400 for each.
Both.
So
both.
it.
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Okay, so 200
400
for
for
each.
each gives
200 for
us
each.
level up.
I'm going to give an additional 100 to both Dante and Nox for excellent roleplay
Hey.
with that whole situation.
Yay. Yeah,
So-
that was.
I
that
will
was
I will reward excellent roleplay opportunities.
So add 500 for me
Yes.
and Dante.
And Dorsal, Solvis, and everyone else will get 400.
Cool.
So, yeah, 100 left to get a level up.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, because a level up is 900.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
bear in
from
mind we got 300
to
from the
900.
first. At the beginning of this
300
level,
is
it's
level
300. 900 is the total, not just for this level.
Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh, bats,
Yes.
calm
Yeah,
down.
that threw me a bit.
The bats are just
Yeah.
screeching. They're just
Yeah, so-
screeching.
The beginning of level 2 is 300. The end of level 2 is 900.
Okay.
So
it's
yeah,
a
the whole
600
level is
XP
600.
difference.
Okay, I forget how leveling works in D&D sometimes. Anyways,
Yeah, I prefer
Threw me
milestone.
a
It's
bit.
just easier.
When I saw it shoot
we
up so
will
much, I was
see
like,
you
"Huh?"
all next week for the next stream. Goodbye.
Fantastic.
Ciao.
Bye.